Hey!
Hello! Sorry, I didn't know what you had to answer.
We're sleeping on the...
So I just salute nothingness to the nothingness.
The void.
No, it's fine.
The void of
Don't
the
we love
You
internet.
don't need it.
Alright. Let's go!
Okay. Alright.
Right.
So, let's start with this. So, Kyle, anything we have to do beforehand, or should we start?
Me?
Mhm.
Just anybody who loves what we're doing, just check out our links down below. We would love to, if you wanted to become a patron, that would make us very happy, would allow us to keep doing all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, just, we've got, oh no, so Guillermo, that's a non-Twitch thing.
Okay.
But thank you. Yes, thank you for the opportunity.
Wait, what happened?
What?
Okay.
I'm
right.
just a lost little boy trying to come by. All right. So last session, our adventurers were, well, they've been in better situations. Let's say
Yeah.
they've been battling in the Demon's Vein, in one of the drops inside the Demon's Vein, and some harpies were, well, really charming and tried to, well, throw them off a cliff. And now they finished.
Yeah.
They finished battling those monsters,
They're all dead.
and that's where we are. So, guys, if I recall correctly, there are 3 harpies bodies, because one of them just is lost in the mountains, and 1 Periton body.
Yeah.
So, before starting, do you want to make a little introduction of your characters, what they felt last session, for example? So,
Sure.
Valmir, tell me.
Never start with me. Never. Always start with Karnis. Always.
Okay, Karnis then. Ladies first now.
That's me. Well, it was kind of a dire scrape. We could have just as easily been killed, but fortunately no one was hurt too badly. The Harpy Song affected a good number of us, and had that gone poorly, we might have lost Seraph off a cliff. Fortunate that we all came out in one piece. Our new companion, Liliana, got quite hurt, but we were able to keep her alive, fortunately. But for now, we still have to trek on and take care of the dire wolves.
All right.
Yes,
so,
we do.
Valmir,
Yeah.
are you less shy now?
It's not like we can take a long rest and just be like, oh, whoop-de-doo, they're only a few minutes ahead of us. We should press on.
Well,
True, we
we
did.
definitely-
They did just run away, right? It's only been like a minute or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just ran away. So, Valmir, what was your thoughts during this combat?
Well, I was definly trying to keep him pinned
You're
down.
Baltor, you liar, not
You're
Valmir.
Baltor.
See,
he said
even-
Valmir.
Even the trolls are doing it now.
So, next time you see them,
Balmir
because
doesn't
I use...
matter. You understand that Balmir doesn't actually matter at all. So we can just skip right over him.
Is it because I'm a dwarf? Alright.
I'm a dwarf too, you stupid bastard.
Oh, sorry. You're
Don't
so
try to
short.
be
I thought you
racist
might
with
be a
me.
gnome.
You're a gnome, and your mom's a gnome. That's right. Why don't you go eat a rock?
Hey, don't speak bad about me, mother.
Well, yeah, I think that's enough
Oh,
information.
she likes me
about
so
the
much
battle.
better than she likes you. Fine, Balmir, why don't you tell him what you did? Nothing.
I killed like 2 harpies, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, one of them is still frozen in there. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, see, how many did you kill, Baltor?
You know what's great about me? I did not at any point fall under their spell because I'm not a fucking idiot. That's what I did. You almost threw yourself off a damn cliff, you bastard.
The best
See,
part
all
is
I'm
you have
getting is
the worst wisdom in the group by far. Somehow you didn't get charmed.
I sure did. But I'm very smart. I know what a lovely lady is
Nah.
and what a screaming bird monster is. I know the difference and nobody else does.
either that or
Yeah,
Valtteri
I
is
did
not
not-
interested in the
I did
in
not
those
get
things.
all
charmed.
I'm hearing is you're not strong enough to kill
But-
one.
I also grabbed the very person and kept him from killing anybody else. Didn't I? While y'all were playing with your little birdie girls.
That was a good move.
So don't you get pasty with me, you bastard.
All right then. Well, guys, you have 3 harpies, one of them frozen, and a periton stuck, still with a horn stuck on the ground. So, what do you want to do? Your other companions seem to be in a corner, quite upset that they were all enchanted by the spell. Liliana almost died, so she has to revalue things in her life. And Arca, well, had a fist fight with a
think-
harpy, and he almost lost. He almost lost, so he has to think through it too.
I think personally that we should have them all stay here and guard them so we can go after the wolves, and that way when we come back the bodies will still be here. And they won't have been carried off by any other wild animals because there's obviously plenty about.
I think that's
Well,
a
that sounds like a great
sensible idea.
excuse for them to not help us out today.
That does sound like that, but it does sound like a good plan as well.
Alright,
Well then, let's be off against the wolves.
let's go direwolf hunting then.
I'll beat him
Alright
in the
then.
face, I will.
That's
Oh,
just-
let me
So-
pull up the character sheet. I don't have it with me.
As you take a look around Demon's Vein, you can hear again the howl of the wind passing through the mountains, and let's hope this time it's easier to hear.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh yeah.
Making this growling howl that extends through all the mountain range. And fortunately enough, Valmir was knowledgeable enough to know that, well, this is a natural phenomenon caused by the passing of the wind. It's not any demon looking to eat you all.
I'm so
And-
fucking smart.
Valmir, I told you last session that with the nature check that you did, that you also knew something else about harpies that I was going to tell you today. And is that harpies normally are really interested in getting valuable items from explorers or any prey that they get to catch, and they bring them back to a lair. So they probably have a lair, you know,
A lair.
where
Alert.
they sleep, lair. Lair somewhere in this mountain range, probably.
We should definitely find that.
Ooh,
Maybe they
I
have
think
Should
we
we go
should
for
do
the
that.
wolves?
I like it a
For
lot.
the leech?
So, what was that, Belmir?
Well, should we go for the wolves or for the loot?
I think we should go for the wolves because they're alive and they move around, and loot doesn't.
How about we split up? No.
We're 3, so let's
I'll
split
throw
up
you in that
three
crevice.
separate groups.
I will throw you in a damn crevice. Is what I'll do if you say that again.
like to see you today.
I'm much stronger than you, Valamir. Don't forget that.
Smarter.
Of course, because you're like David
Not
the
even
Gnome.
a little
Was
bit.
that in? Do you have that program, David the Gnome, or something like that? A gnome that was 7 times stronger than you. Do you remember that? No, it's only a Spanish
No.
thing.
Oh my
David the
lord.
Gnome. Okay.
That's weird.
No.
Okay. There was a cartoon that was someone that was called David el Nomo, who's in the opening they said that he's 7 times stronger than you. So I was kind of poking fun of what Valmir said to you
Oh
about
my
being a
God.
gnome.
No,
But I guess you don't have that.
I do not know that.
That's
show.
not a thing.
No.
that we
You don't
know.
have David el
No,
Nomo.
it's not. No.
That's
If we
disappointing.
had known, that would have been hilarious.
Thank you. It was a good reference, I swear. Any Spanish folks out there know what I mean. Okay, so guys, you have this this fall in front of you and this quite flimsy looking bridge that goes across it.
I'll just carefully
And
put my weight on like some of the first boards of the bridge. Make sure it'll hold.
Excuse me for just a minute, you stupid bastard. And I'm just gonna walk over and I'm gonna start like inspecting. Can I investigate the bridge, please?
Yeah, you can certainly.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do as well.
Okay, 25. And I'm just gonna start every time I find a crack, I'm just gonna start mending it.
Okay, so with the first evaluation that you did from this bridge, you probably it was strong enough to hold Valmir and you, but Carnis was too heavy for that. That's for sure. However, as you go investigating, you start mending different parts of the bridge until you get the feeling that it could probably be good enough to holding Carni's big ass.
Wow.
Also, remember
Yeah.
that you still have the corpses of the Harpies and the Periton if you want to take a look at them.
Well,
We'll do
I'm
that
gonna
after.
wait on that because that takes a while. Because that
You will
takes a
come
while
back?
to cut them up. Yeah, that's why we're leaving the other characters
Okay.
here. The other characters are gonna guard them.
And that's the only reason, because it's the best way strategically.
Okay,
That's the only
and
reason.
it makes sense. So yeah, Valtor, you're already on the other side because you've been repairing all these little pieces of the bridge and making it so it's a lot stronger than what you find. And you can see yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I'd like to do one other thing. I want to use my magical tinkering to one use of it to take a small rock and set it someplace secure next to the bridge, so that I can mark this spot for the builders of Delver's Dream to come and repair and make a better crossing here.
Okay, so you make a little marking that I will.
It's just a little image of Baltor saying, "Make it better, folks. Fix it up good."
Have a little
Just
marking.
going like-
brush. That's not very good. Something like this.
Right here. Fix it.
Oh, there we are. Fix that.
Like a loop, like a GIF.
Yep. He makes a little magic gif.
Fix it. Fix
a
it.
little hammer.
Fix it, please.
Perfect.
So, Baltor is already on the other side. Carnis and Valmir, what are you going to do?
Yeah, Cardis is.
Move to the other side.
Yeah, he's gonna go across.
One
Bye,
by
guys.
one.
Bye, everybody.
One by
else.
one. Okay, I was waiting someone saying that.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
So,
everybody
Carnis,
else.
you pass without any problem. However, Carnis, when you're crossing the bridge, you can almost hear this crackling sound of the wood. However, thanks to Valtor's repairing, you seem to be able to cross the bridge. However, Valtor, you see that
welcome.
all your reparations is like you never done that. So seems like Courtney's weight was enough to make it the same way it was before, let's say.
Sorry, I rebroke the bridge. It's almost as like someone constructed it with the very purpose of dropping an elephant to his death.
Nah, impossible. who would do that? Who would do that? It's just that usually construction workers are not prepared for, literal elephants crossing through bridges. But yeah, it wasn't my plan to make you fall or anything.
You would never.
I would never do that. How dare you even insinuate this?
Yeah, that's rude.
So,
You're a bad person.
Just looking around, can I see anything that might look like a harpy's nest?
Harpy's nest.
You're
You
so
can make a
greedy.
survival check or nature check. The one that you feel more comfortable with.
Can I?
Sorry, nature check.
Mm-hmm.
Can I smell
You're going to
harpies?
You can try to smell harpies since you've smelled them before.
18.
Good job. And with your perception, let's start with Carnies. You only smell the harpies that you'll have already killed, but you don't sense any other near you, at least. However, with a nature check, Valmir, you deduce that if there's a nest...
Oh wait, we can do
it
nature?
Yeah, you can do nature.
Oh, well, my God.
You never liked those, say the way.
No,
So-
those damn harpies, they're gross. They're gross.
Not worth investigating them. You know that the nests are probably a bit deeper in the mountains and probably on a quite high.
Like a cliffside
Also.
or something.
Yeah. They're probably on a cliffside. Thanks for the language helping, kid. All right. So you saw that the direwolf were here before, but now they're nowhere to be seen.
Do we see any tracks?
You can try to make a survival check to see.
I'm helping him.
All right, so you can have advantage
casting
and also
guidance.
Yeah. 18 plus guidance. Let's see. Very good. So it was quite. It's recent because you saw them, but since the terrain is quite harsh, it's not easy to make markings. However, you know how to move around here.
Groovy, no!
Yeah, we lost the. You have to put new music if you want this to not live.
We
Okay, 1 second.
we're
until
all out of place. Sorry.
1 second until we put
What
ourselves in
just-
place again.
What just happened?
Groovy
The
Bot
bot
dipped,
said bye.
and now we're all in different places. Classic disruption to our wonderful technical setup.
There's always something. Always.
Can you do like Epic Sax Man like 10 hours or something?
Right?
Exactly.
I'm still in the right spot, so I'm quite happy like this.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I
Is
can keep going.
is someone grabbing it?
I'm probably like in the far realms right now, considering my position normally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like nowhere
Okay.
to be
You're
seen.
you're nowhere.
I'm in chat right now, so I'm not going to be doing any of that stuff. So can somebody else please
So
do it?
no one's
My
actually
thing is
trying to
probably-
fix this?
Anton, it's totally up to you. We've got one person DMing,
We believe in you.
one person managing the chat, and one person recording. So it's all you do.
I'm on it.
Yay!
Okay,
Fixed
ready?
it.
We're fixed?
We're
Okay,
fixed.
there we
We're
go.
fixed.
Nice, nice. Here we are again. Okay, so Carnies, even though the terrain is quite harsh and difficult for marks to be seen in there, you know how to move around, and considering that you knew the position that the direwolves were before, you know that they've been following a quite a definite path going to the. I'm not good with directions, but should be around the north from here.
Wait, so where are we? What's happening? Craziness?
We're tracking the
Carnies,
wolves.
Yeah,
Carnies know where they
Yeah.
are.
we're tracking the wolves.
So
Take the lead, Carnies.
What?
we're going.
Sure. Yes. Let us be off.
Let's go then. Okay, let me do a little change because I have two songs at the same time because when the group would stop, I wanted to put some music on me and I was turning crazy. Wait a second. All right. So, Carnies, you lead your crew. Well, your small crew now, since all the other are waiting. Well, protecting the corpses of your praise. And you continue following this beautiful mountain range, going through all these landscapes covered by almost these fogs that seem to be around everywhere. And while you were going up, this vegetation was starting to fade away, since the lack of oxygen really makes it difficult for them to survive on these harsh environments. However, the path that you're following starts to lower the height at which you were before. So you continue your path until
So
you
how's the
Mhm.
view? Is the view beautiful?
You can see it on your roll 20.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, that is beautiful. So Valmir's just going to like pick up the flattest rock he can find, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to use
Oh, the ground.
magical tinkering, and I'm going to imbue this stone with a illusionary image and just capture it like a photograph and just tuck it in my pocket.
Oh,
You
wow.
could do that. Okay, you
That's
have a.
pretty
Wow.
cool.
But I think you have four
You
of
can
them
use that
total.
for.
Yeah,
It's
5.
like a carving type of
Five.
thing, so maybe you can use it after to make it in mass production. So yeah, it's not difficult for you for making this marking. You kind of lose. Well, is it with color? Or is that like a carving of the?
No, I'm just using like a quick illusion. It takes 6 seconds.
Okay. So it's with every color and everything, like if it was a photograph. It's not like a carving of the scenario or anything.
No, it's a full.
No, it's just
full
like
on
illusion put over the rock.
So yeah, you now have this wonderful gift from your travels into Demon's Vein. If you ever want to give it to anyone. So you continue your path that leads you down and down until you find a place such like this one, which is created for no particular reason. And you see as the vegetation starts to grow again, and Carnage, you realize that the markers that you were following starts to almost multiply. You see much more markings of wolf in this place that were lying around. However, you cannot see them at first sight, at least.
The markings of the wolves.
Okay.
The markings of the wolves. Well, the markings you can see them. The wolves is the ones that you cannot see.
There are many more than we originally thought in this area. We should be on our guard.
Oh, well, I think that what we should do is, I think, to try to create a couple little traps, if we could, maybe. It looks like these paths are fairly narrow, and if we had a little bit of time, we could probably create traps up and down. maybe capture a couple so we don't have to fight as many as we thought.
That
Okay,
is
that's a
good
good
idea.
plan. So tell me, how are you gonna do this?
All right. Let's see. What do I have?
So
my-
I know that I've looked through the Senator's guide on tool sets, and it goes through like what you can do with all the tools. And one of the things you can do with the thieves' tools is set up a simple trap. So we could probably use our thieves' tools.
You can do that, but
Um,
I want to know what's the system you're going to use for the trap. Is it going to be a string attached to a branch? Is it going to be a hole? Is it going to be whatever game's invention that you artificers can do? A
So-
fireball?
Are
I
we
don't
at the
think
top
that
or
we
are we at
have-
the bottom of this?
Hmm?
This area? Are we coming in from the bottom or are we coming in from the top?
From the bottom, yeah. It's what you can see is that the pattern starts going up and up on these quite tall hills.
Okay. So I
You'll be
have
around-
got.
You'll be around here. Plum, plum. Tell me what you've got.
Okay, so I've got plenty of rope. I've got 50 feet of rope. I've got. Oh my god! I've got a bag of holding.
Oh, we can
I've
do
got
a
a
fun
net.
trap with that.
Yeah, like
The
There's-
ultimate pit
hold on.
trap.
You just have like
Hold on one sec.
six wolves shoved into your bag of holding and they just sadly suffocate.
Just suffocate them.
They suffocate.
Remember that
It's
they
so
are
sad.
big inside. They're as big as horses. This type of wolf.
Oh yeah, so they
Yeah.
are they too big to fall in?
If I recall correctly, a bag of holding you can
It's like-
stretch it out and
It's
It's
make
like
it
medium
50
inside.
cubic feet.
Yeah,
So
you
if
can
it's
get a
larger
medium-
than medium,
I
they
mean, I
will
like the
fit.
idea. If you make an invention
You
so
could-
that they sleep in,
We could dig a
I
hole
will.
and have the bag of holding open and have them fall into the bag.
yum 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 yum.
I think. All right, so if a large creature would break the bag of holding, which would not be great, there's. Is it just dire wolves? Can we smell anything else?
Yeah, make a perception check.
My perception sucks.
I'm gonna do.
Guidance, I guess,
Yeah.
for each of you. Okay, Valtor, you're not.
Okay,
you're not
so-
really looking.
All right, so
17.
one of the things that. So I do want to set up a trap right here against this tree. That is going to be. I'm going to use my net to create a net trap. So I'll bend the tree down a bit, and if anything comes within 5 feet of it, the net will snap up and grab it.
Okay,
If I can do
so
that.
Can you make a marking on the specific place that you're gonna make it, like with
So it would be-
throwing tools?
So it would be. So the trap would take up essentially 1 5 square foot thing. So I will put it on this guy. That 5 square. I mean, I could try to put it right there in the middle. You know.
Okay.
Hold
So
on.
with the trap, it's supposed to snap and lift the
See how
wolf
good
into
I
the
am
tree?
at drawing? Man. You be jealous,
That's
Guillermo.
valid.
Hold on.
You know
It
what?
should be like
I think you
right.
can do my job
like
right
right
now.
there. So the trap should be around there. So right in the middle of the path, essentially.
Okay.
Um,
Thanks for your contribution, Carnis, but I think it's no longer needed.
in addition to that, I do have a shovel with me.
Before all of that, though, Baltor, as you were setting the traps, Cornish was smelling the terrain and seeing if he was able to capture any essence of direwolf. And as you keep smelling, you certainly are smelling direwolf, but you don't know exactly when they were here. However, the smell seems to be stronger up the hill. And Valmir, did you make a perception check too?
I was gonna. Can I make a? Could I make survival to check for traps or tracks instead to see if there are any other animal tracks?
The direwolves left traps, Rez.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it.
All right.
So Cornish.
Ooh, natural 20.
Never mind, Cornish. It's Valmir critical to see that.
That's
Sorry, Carnis.
You take a look around Valmir, and it's almost like an epiphany going. Like you can see almost, like these shadow figures looking like wolves doing all the patterns they made before. Like this seems to like the scene of the crime. You can see it
I'm
completely.
using like my Witcher senses.
You're seeing into the past.
Yeah.
Exactly, like woo, 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 you see everything, and you can almost see as these figures go up this hill, and then they disappear. But you can see an entrance, looking like a cavern-like type of thing that's on top of here. Well, you're not seeing that because I'm not on the layer, but here on top, more or less like here. This cavern-like structure, more than a structure, place. And
Right,
since you had a 20, sorry, as you were taking a look,
I'll be right back.
it is weird to you that you find not only wolf marks, but what seem to be human path tracks. Sorry.
oh, right. There was a guy with them, right? That was like leading them.
Yeah, you recall that you don't know exactly what it was, but you saw like a human-like figure for a second, and then it disappeared.
All right. So before Baltar starts to set up his trap, I'll run back down, and I'll try to be quiet so that no one inside the entrance hears. And I'll be like, "I found an entrance. I think that's where the wolves and the guy went. If we could set up some traps just outside the entrance, I think that could be perfect."
Oh, well, all right. So, is the entrance? Where is the entrance?
It's
it's
right
up
up
over
there.
there. Oh, I see. Oh, where the path is just the thinnest, isn't it? All
I think it
right.
was right
Well-
here. Oh, I have the painting. Frick.
All
Right
right.
here, right?
Yeah, somewhere around here. So you have to go a little bit. But yeah, if they want to go down, they can either go this way or this way, which is thinner.
Alright.
However, knowing
Oh.
the state of dire wolf, you know that this path is thin, considering the size of the dire wolf.
Do you let me know all that information?
Yeah.
Palmir?
So how about we set up some traps right outside the entrance, and we try to
Well,
lure
if
them
they
out?
can come down, either way, then the only place where they have no choice is going to be right here where I already set up my trap. So my
Well, they're gonna
suggestion
have
would
even
be,
less choice right outside the entrance, aren't they?
they're going to what?
Right outside the entrance would be even better, because then they don't have the choice at all.
But we probably couldn't get that close without them smelling us. Or probably
Yeah,
as
probably
close
not.
as we can
And-
before.
And if we set ourselves up in the proper place down here, then everybody can get their ranged weapons out, and we can start firing on them all the way down. As they're coming at us, we can fire at them.
They will have the high ground.
We should set
Sure,
up.
but they don't. They're wolves. They can't. They don't have ranged weapons.
Alright, we'll set up the trap there then, shall we?
They can dive kick you from
There was also a guy with him, looked like a mage sort. He might have better ranged abilities. I don't think we want to be trapped down here if he can just stand up there.
That's true, but I think that we're.
Wait,
I know
there
what
was a
we can
guy?
do.
I totally forgot
I-
there was a guy.
I know what we can do. So, if the entrance is up here, then why don't we do this? I'll keep my trap here with the net. I'll set up a little trap here next to the tree. I'll dig a little hole, put the bag of holding in it, and then even if it doesn't capture something, probably it'll be deep enough to break a wolf's leg. As it goes tumbling down, it might break its own leg and that'll hobble it a bit, might take it out of the fight. And what we do then is we put down here, we put some of our tinkering
Sorry, out of character.
so that it smells.
I don't really remember anything about that guy. Can you just refresh me a little bit on?
Let me refresh you.
Okay,
I think
appreciate
was
it.
Valmir who saw that, and I don't know if you've seen it, Carnis. But I guess that they would say to the group.
Sure.
The only thing
We saw the guy over at the
shadow,
bridge,
like,
right?
you only saw like a shadow-like humanoid figure that then disappeared, and it was a wolf instead.
Or he transformed into a wolf.
It's an option.
So he's probably a werewolf.
Maybe.
Or a
Or some
druid.
crazy druid.
Well, in that case, we definitely, I think. Well, all right, which way is the wind blowing? Is it blowing east to west or west to east? Or north
Since
to
it's
south or
not
south to north?
something I had thought about, let me do a little check. So there are 8 possible positions, which I will calculate using a d8. 1 for north, and then we will go clockwise with the numbers.
All right.
So, I'm too strong for this.
There is no wind.
There's no wind. 1 second.
The wind is still.
I'm starting to think that maybe attacking first might be a hasty option.
So it was a 6, so that's west.
It's blown.
So
Ooh,
from the west.
that's perfect.
Coming from, yes,
Let
it
me
is.
do
So, if
Because then we can hide over there. And trick
well,
them
I would
down.
say we hide over here behind these trees. The wind will cover our scent, and what we'll do is we'll put, because I can create a smell with my tinkering, we'll put a scent over here, and we'll put a sound down here.
Just my thinking as well.
Alrighty.
No one
Well-
having any larger illusions we could put at the bottom there.
We've got what?
No one has any larger illusions. So we could create an illusory person or anything.
I do not.
If
Alright,
only you had a
we'll
bar
have to
with
do.
you. If
If
only,
only we had
an orcish bar.
Gruna here.
If only we had an orcish bar here. Okay, so let
Alright.
me
I
tell me the
would,
plan again.
if I can, I would like to create one last trap because I have a torch, and this one's a little more complex. But I'd like to create a trap right here, so that if a wolf goes by, I'll use my tinderbox and the torch, so that the tinderbox lights the torch and then slams into the face of a wolf over here, either hurting or confusing it.
Okay, so
Well, as
Let's
long as
do-
it doesn't set fire to the wolf, we're here for the leather.
That's
mean-
true.
I guess it's not that easy because hair is pretty flammable, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a similar idea with like oil and shit, but then it was like, ah, fuck, no, we're here for the. We're here to
Yeah,
take
we
the
gotta-
leather.
I would say, tell me, I'm not good with science, but the animal is going to be probably really dirty, which I don't think it's going to make the hair as flammable because all of this dirt around them. So I don't think it's going to
Okay.
just
Well,
go into
I've
flame
got a
instantly.
different idea. So I am going to instead, I'm going to create another trap right here that is a it's going to be attached to the tree, and essentially what it'll be is as the wolf goes by, he'll step on the rope or trip the rope, and that will actually force my javelin up into the wolf.
Okay.
You guys,
So let's start from the beginning.
No.
What is this
Wait.
trap?
So wait, the wind is coming. Is the wind coming from the east?
Yeah, it's going like this. Like
Oh, it's coming from
Yeah,
the
not
east.
west,
It's not
west.
coming from the west.
I mean it this way.
so-
Yeah, sorry. You know that my east and my west, I always get them the other way around.
Well, this is really important.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Right
it's
or
supposed to
left?
go this way. The way it's on the arrow. I did it correctly on what I meant.
Okay, then we need to. Shit. Well, that completely fucks
Yeah,
up the plan.
that's changed. Maybe
You
we
can
can
change
just
it. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Just
stand-
change it. Meow, meow,
Okay,
meow.
at that point, then we need to. Sorry, we need to put
Is
our
there
scent and
is there
stuff
maybe
down
some
here.
is there space
and we
over
need to
the
hide over
cave
here.
entrance? Could we like get up over the entrance?
Yeah, certainly, and it's not difficult because it's I don't know what's the exact term, but where animals like badgers and bunnies burrow. What's the name of that type of cavern?
That's a
A
burrow.
madriguera.
Yeah, bro.
Burrow. Okay. then I was okay then. So it's a type of burrow. So it's not like really high. So it's easy to go over it. It's just a little bit over the ground, but only 10 feet at most. And you can always
Okay.
go from behind.
But getting over there, I don't have the stealth to get over there.
Yeah,
So,
Carnus.
Um,
But Carnus says,
Yeah,
Carnus
think-
has something to say when.
I think we would need to hide over here and set the scent down here.
But if we hide there, they'll see us as soon as they leave the cave.
Well, there's trees there.
Maybe we can create something to hide behind at least.
Well, then I would say, so I think that at this point, we've already spent the time to create 3 traps. I think that maybe the best thing to do is going to be to hide down here, put the scent over here, and as they come running down the hill, we just pelt them with arrows and crossbows and take out as many as we can. Like, concentrate our fire on each one, try to take a couple down before they get to us, and then make our stand here with our backs against these walls so that they can't surround us.
Or maybe as you're making the traps, I could set up something with my carpenter's tools to hide behind, like make just a small wooden wall and like maybe put some moss and grass over it, like a camouflage thing to hide behind, just so they don't see us immediately
How
as we leave.
long is all of this taking? Because the traps probably took me like 5 minutes apiece.
I was assuming that you were not doing anything, and then you're telling me all the plans, and then you're going to start doing everything. Like Valmer do this, Valtor do this, and Garnet do this.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do the
Because,
set the
because
plan up.
otherwise you spend a lot of time discussing, and I
So-
don't think you guys would do that.
But,
So,
so,
yes, Carnus.
I actually don't know if this is the way we should go about it. If there's a man or a humanoid, perhaps we should try to communicate. I don't know if I feel right about not at least exploring a peaceful option. And I
Well,
would
I
be
didn't-
willing to put myself in harm's way to at least attempt that. We could have the traps and things as a backup, and I'll come running down the hill, but I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if we didn't at least
That
try.
makes sense. I mean, all right. They did look a little weak.
I understand why you think that the human, whoever they are, look like they are a sort of a part of this pack. I don't think there's any possibility of us just being able to claim some of his wolves. I don't think there's any way to get out of this peacefully.
No, I wasn't saying
Well,
that we
I
would.
think we should try. I think what we can do is I'll set up traps. Balmir can create his little shelter, and Karnas, once we've done with that, Karnas can go approach and then sprint back down the mountain, avoiding the traps,
If needed.
And-
Yes.
and then we can be either over here or down here, whichever we decide.
Well, if the
And
two of us are up on the top and Carney's range down, we
ooh,
could even surround them.
but that leaves Karnas all alone.
Well, Warren then right
Facing a
after
bunch
to
of
get from the
direwolves.
back to defend.
I just think.
All right,
there
Karnas,
could
how do you feel about that plan?
potentially well, I'm okay with it. I'm willing to risk my life for it. But we animal folk of Bolland have an agreement with merchantry to take our dead. I'm thinking that maybe that could be some kind of arrangement we could make with whoever the leader of these wolves are, if it is indeed a person. I'm hoping it's a druid. But if we killed them and found out later, I wouldn't be able to sleep.
Well,
And-
all right, then let's start setting things up.
Alright.
right.
Okay, so are we approaching stealthy? I mean, it's not like really near, but you can see that it's also quite.
Yes, I'm definitely trying to approach stealthily.
Okay, then make a stealth check, please. And for Valmir, since you don't have to go as far up, you don't need. Oh, well, Walter, you've been really inspired to be one with nature. You're like just a flow of wind. No one can see
Nice.
you.
Nice. Yep.
And so, this first trap, what was it?
That's the net trap.
That's a net trap, and this one?
That one is the bag of holding to try to break someone's leg.
Okay. And I guess this one is not going to be made in the end.
No, that's the javelin.
Ah, okay. So yeah, we have a javelin too. So,
And
I
I'm going to
will-
create just a small wall with like grass and moss for Baltor and I to hide behind and set it up here.
that's a very good stealth check.
Like that.
Okay. Even though the difficulty goes up whenever you go up or down, 18 is a good check. So, you get a shelter here then?
Yeah, like a small wall to just hide behind with like covered in grass and moss.
In that case, Valmir, you will need to make a stealth check.
Alright, I'm using guidance.
I will assume so.
Ooh.
15. Okay. It seems that no one has seen you. Or so you think.
I'll also, just in case, I'll use another one of my magical tinkering, and I'll like just grab a rock and place maybe just like the scent of nature, like grass and moss, and I'll just like keep it on me to cover up my smell a bit better.
Okay.
Ew.
Do you want to use your tokens, guys?
Sure.
So I can see better where you
Sure.
are.
All right. So when all is said and done, I'll be over here behind the wall.
All right. So you're all covered up, and Carlos, you see yourself alone with your probably one of your dwarvish friends waving at you like, "You can do it."
I will certainly try.
So you go up these hills.
Yep. Avoiding the traps.
Yeah, I assume that you know where they are,
Yeah.
so you're not going to do anything.
Make a dexterity save.
Make a dex save. Hold that. So as you get up and up, and when you get to the point that you're right now, more or less, you can hear this. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I hear it.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit of yeah. So you can see as one. Oh, sorry, I was moving you. Let me change layers. As this dire wolf peeks out of the burrow, and looks at you, quite hesitant and showing you his teeth. Oh.
Oh dear, that's very aggressive.
I hold up my hands
the same way-
non-threateningly.
Okay, there's a threatening way to do that.
What?
Because up in your hands, if there's a non-threatening way, there's a threatening way also. So, okay, no problem.
Non-threatening.
Never mind. The wolf seems hesitant, as you can see, as he has a marking around his face that goes from his cheek to his lower jaw line. And he's still looking at you. Seems to be just observing for now. Either way, he's showing you, or it's showing you his teeth, or its teeth. I'm so bad at genders in English.
I'm really not cut out for this, but
Hi.
yeah, I mean, this is not gonna understand me. Friend. I'm a friend.
Yeah, an insight check.
Can I guidance myself?
You can guidance yourself. For insight, nah, you couldn't do that because it's in the moment.
16.
Okay, 16, so good enough. For the gestures that you see in the wolf, you can almost think it's understanding you.
No.
I would like to speak with the man wolf.
I'm no man, says the wolf, and transforms into this. I'm sorry. And
I apologize. I meant man is a gender-neutral term regarding the race.
Bipedal humanoid.
No, and I meant that too. I'm no man anymore. I'm just a wolf.
What race is he actually?
Looks human. 1 second. Let me. I lost my. What is it? Where am I? Okay, here I am. And this one seems it's the same one.
So you're a druid.
Some people call me that. So.
That's what they call it
What are you
among my
looking for
people.
here?
Well,
What are you looking for? You're not welcome here.
I understand. I know we came into your area and your territory. And if I'm being completely honest, we're here for the pelts of direwolves, for we're in need of leather. But after seeing you, I wanted to talk.
To talk about what? Do you want to kill us for getting pelts? And maybe talking to me, I'm gonna just, I don't know, kill my family? What's your offer, elephant?
Listen, I am not exactly like you, but I understand. My people, the people of Bolland, have been hunted for a long time, and only recently, or semi-recently, have been accepted by the other races of this world.
Oh, you've been accepted. Nice. Must be a good feeling.
Sometimes, sometimes not. We had to adapt, lose a lot of what made us who we are to survive in this world.
So, you tell me that you understand my situation and the situation of my family, but yet you are here looking for our pelts. How are you gonna get them? Do you want some help, maybe?
Well, not
Should I be the
by...
one to save my own family? Yes, Anton, because Valvir I don't think is going to talk now.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just wondering if we can hear the conversation from where we are.
Make me a perception check. Let's see if you can stick your ear out and... What did he say?
Nope.
Oh my god.
I'm just, the wind is blowing too hard in my face. I'm like,
Valtor, you
I hear-
can grab the conversation.
Hey,
Yeah, you can hear it. Valmir, though,
alright, I'm gonna let Balmir know what's going on. So I will let Balmir know what's happening.
Okay. You see us as this. You don't seem to be able to identify any what is exactly either man or woman. It looks quite an androgynous type of person.
Okay.
Sorry, I lost track of where we were in the conversation.
Well, they just told you that if you want some help with the pelts, maybe they could help you with that. I don't know, slaying their own family, for example.
That sounds really upsetting.
I would never
You don't
ask
understand.
such a thing. And I do not understand your position exactly. I only wish to offer empathy. That aspects of what you are and going through, I at least can relate to somewhat.
Then, if you understand me, you would leave this moment.
Alright, in that moment I'm gonna come out from behind the screen and I'm gonna sort of like wave and be like, "Hey there, we're friends. Also, we don't mean you any harm." There,
what are you doing, Baltor?
Oh, you don't. But you yet are underneath this quite, well, obvious, what's the name now? 1 second. Let me look for a word. Not trap.
Cover?
Yeah, cover. Hiding place.
Balmer picks up, obvious. I worked hard on this. Baltor,
You shut up, you stupid bastard. Good lord.
we weren't supposed to be seen, Baltor, what the fuck?
Listen, I've seen how your family looks. You look like the hunting hasn't been great, at least by the look of your skins. I think maybe there is a place for you, someplace outside the mountain, or maybe something's moved in and taken all your prey, and maybe we could help with that.
Well,
Do either of those sound like good options?
There was a place for us. It was a wonderful forest. We have a lot of prey. But the elves, well, didn't like our presence. And here we are now, in the mountains, where we're not adapt to it, doing what we can.
We're
Well,
actually.
I've got a question for you. I've
Yes,
got a
maybe go
question for you. Do you like snakes and spiders? Are those tasty for you?
They were quite tasty when we were living in North Nyolva, yes.
Well, I think I've got a plan. I think we can broker a deal so you can go to your home and we can make sure that the elves no longer hunt you. As long as you keep the forest clear of the spiders and the snakes that were hunting them. How does that sound?
We were keeping it clear. Is it not now? Maybe. Well, obviously, since we left our Nyolva, seems that these elves wouldn't handle the chain, the food chain correctly.
Well, that may be. Perhaps they just didn't understand. But we know the leader of the camp, and he seems like a very reasonable man.
Oh, I know him too. He killed
Oh,
quite
do
a
ya?
lot of us, you know? Yeah. You're asking me to go
Oh
back to
dear.
the place that we lost most of our members, where I lost most of my family. That's why I left
Well,
civilization.
okay.
Because people like you think that you can just take things out from animals that are not able to defend themselves. And now you come
Well,
with your
no.
diplomacy trying to make us go back.
Let's not let's not be quite so hasty. No. We
As
certainly
you, sorry
I
about
don't
this. You're
believe
talking, you see as another wolf's head peek through the cavern. 1 second. Mm-mm-mm.
so why didn't you
While
tell me what were your conversations like? And I sort of like, I stiffen up a bit as I start seeing the wolves, but I'm like trying to keep my cool here. Um, why don't you tell me about the conversations that you had?
there were no need for
Why did he
conversation.
hunt you?
I don't know. I guess they just wanted our pelts, our meat.
Well,
I
there's plenty of other things to hunt in that forest. I'm sure we can come to some kind of agreement where everyone can actually live all together.
you know, it is difficult to believe considering the situation. I tried once, but they were scared. I don't think they're going to change opinion this soon.
But why
And
don't you let us have a conversation with them?
let me
And
let me
then,
make a check for them. Takes a look around at um at the hills, and then looks at you again. And for what I can see, maybe they're not the only ones that are trying to hunt us down.
Why would we make all this effort to
we,
just lie to you? If we wanted your pelts, we would attack. I came up here,
I don't know.
exposing myself.
Maybe you're scared. Wolves can smell fear,
so
and you sure smell a lot of it.
I'm gonna just very, very slowly walk down the path, keeping my eye on the wolf. I'm just gonna go over here and I'm just gonna disarm this trap over here. You see, it was just in case. It was for our protection in case we didn't know that you were anything but wolves. We had no idea. But see, as we have a nice little chat, and then I'll come over here and disarm this one. You see, we can all be friends. Now that we know how to communicate, and I'll disarm that one, I'm sure we can have a lovely conversation.
That's the problem with you, humans. When we were just wolves, you didn't have any problem hunting us down. But now that I'm able to talk, well, it seems that the things have changed. Looks at the
Well, then help us
the other wolf
understand. If you won't talk to us, if you won't communicate, things won't change. We're
No,
offering
we've
you a
come far.
chance to
I'm aware,
help
and I will do
change
everything to protect my
things.
family. Looks at the other wolf, and he signals him to go back, and you see him as he kind of reluctantly goes again to the place he was before, and says, "Wanna come and talk then, with me and my family? Come on, we don't bite often."
Certainly. Certainly, we'd love to. Love to have a little stew. I could probably whip up a nice stew.
Yes.
All right.
If putting ourselves in harm's way, risking our lives, convince you that we do truly mean what we say.
Why are you risking your lives? I tell you that we wouldn't bite. Same way as you. Come on, go in. And you just see as they go back to the cavern.
So I will head in.
Yeah, we'll
I
follow.
will head into the cave.
I even thought things were gonna go like that, but I like it.
I'm taking the rear.
Okay,
So
so
everybody's waiting.
yeah, so when I get in the cave,
By the way, every map you see in the screen right now, it's taken from the Patreon from Dungeon Mapster, which is a really good
nice.
artist. So just showing out there that it is not mine. It is from a really good creator. So if you like any of the maps you see, you can check them out. Okay, stay over here, please. Is the entrance.
Oh, yep.
There's this little light.
Oh,
Where
Speaking.
is the entrance?
No problem.
Up here. Okay. All right.
Here
Um,
and here we go.
I'm gonna look at the leader and I'm gonna just be like, well, first laddie, what's your name?
Long time I have no name, but they used to call me Hattie.
Hattie. It's lovely to meet you there. Would you mind if I made a little fire? I've got a very special kind of tea that is delightful. It's very invigorating.
I don't drink tea.
Well,
Nor does my
all righty
family.
then.
As you go in, make a perception check, guys.
I am.
Sorry, I cut it you out.
Perception check?
Oui, monsieur. All right. And you see, you Valmir, neither Cardnis or Valter, you can see it. That in this cave that seems to be illuminated by some type of fungi that is bioluminescent. You take a look and glooming, well, not gloomy, but half shaded by this environment, you can see that there are two dire wolves seated down, and you see some cubs running around them.
Oh, they're so precious. Here, I've got a little treat for the wee ones. And I'm going to reach into my bag of holding, and I am actually going to pull out the two giant spider fangs that I have, and I'm going to toss them on the ground as little chew toys for the wolf cub.
You see, as they at the beginning they are quite reluctant to go, and you see as the parents are showing their teeth at you and growling at you. However, with the signal of Hatties, they seem to relax a little bit, and after you left the chewing toys in there, they wait for a moment, and after that you see as they jump to it and start chewing on them and start fighting each other over it, and you can see there are around 5 or 6 cubs.
Oh, looks like you're rebuilding your pack very well.
Well, it's no easy in this place, you know. There are many creatures that are quite dangerous and difficult to catch. And
well, we just killed a paraton.
Did any of you get injured before? from the periton, and you still have any markings? No,
No, Karnas
no
didn't
injury.
get touched.
Okay.
Now,
All right, then nothing to see. Sorry, Walter, I interrupted you.
yeah, we destroyed a periton, which is a pretty monstrous thing. And several harpies, which is no treat. You wouldn't by any chance know where they live, would you? Because we wouldn't mind clearing them out of the area.
Yes, go in. Yes, we do certainly know where they are. They are in a cliff near this place, and it is getting more and more difficult to protect our cubs. Every time they leave, they get caught. They were 12 before, you know.
Now listen, if we could clear them out for you, how would you feel about having a conversation and taking your cubs back to a place where they could grow up big and strong, as long as you can keep them from killing any of the elves? I'm sure we can keep the elves from killing any of you.
No. Sorry, correction, we know. We are friends with the elves. We will make them understand.
Just so it is not a useless skill, any of you that you have talked, except you, Valmir, you haven't talked, make a persuasion check.
Oh.
I consider everything you said,
Alright.
so to make the difficulty harder or
Oh.
And
easier.
I can't use guidance, right?
No, it was quite on the moment when you were talking. So it was like if you were talking, then 1 second, and then started talking, would be quite weird.
Sure.
Looks at you, Walter. You know, I don't really trust humans or dwarves alike anymore. However, I guess you understand our pain, Loxodon. So, I think we can make a deal.
I would like that very much.
Well, that sounds great. If you just want to point us to these harpies, we'd be happy to clear them out and protect your cubs. The one other thing is, I would love to take a little bit of this glowing moss and just see how it works.
Sure. Take care to not, well, yeah, you can take them all. Do they have dark vision, the wolves? I think they have.
Well, I'm not going to take all of it.
They do not. And you can take some, but don't let us, in darkness.
All right. Then I'm going to create a glowing moss item. Yay! Yay, glowing moss!
And then
We love
Garnus is gonna reach into his pack and pull out a potion. Like, I assume you are at least familiar with what this is?
Yeah.
I would
They
want
used to sell them where I belonged.
I want you to take it if, while we are gone or during the journey, anyone could be saved by this. I would like you to have it.
Thanks. I can find use for that.
I'm glad.
Oh, let me show you directions. And as she says that, they say that, sorry. Gives you some hints of the area and what you have to look for. And you see that it's around a 1 hour walk from here, and you can get to the cliffside where the nest, the nearest nest is, at least.
All right.
Let me calculate time you've been here. So you were first in the morning. You went to Demon's Bane. You had your fight, and I would say that now it's around afternoon after all that happened. If you think makes sense?
Okay.
I think.
Sure. I would like to make. I'd like to use my tools to look around at like the moss and stuff like that, and create like really good earplugs. Like take the time to make super good earplugs so that the harpy song doesn't affect me.
All right.
Can you make several?
I don't like any of you, so no. Yes, I will make some for each of you.
I'm making my own. I don't need you,
Well,
Baldur.
of course you are.
I could.
Yes.
Give me your
Stubborn.
intelligence checks for that.
Head
Well,
full of rocks.
what we use always. Oh, the doggy wants to come. Oh,
So what am I making?
I don't know. What are you making?
No, what can I check?
Intelligence. I think we always use intelligence for that. Like if it was a
Alright.
saving throw, like using your
Yeah, so with my proficiency as well.
we.
Oh, oops.
Intelligence. All right. So it's all right. So intelligence plus 2. So I got 25.
No, that is with the +2.
Is it?
Yeah, you don't have +6
No, it is.
intelligence.
Maybe I do. You don't know.
You don't know.
You're just
Abuse
you're
of power.
bastard. That's right.
23 and 12. Okay, Valmir, yours. I mean, you make earplugs. It's not the most difficult thing to do. Nothing fancy, but seems to be useful enough. Valtor, however, this is your thing. Valmir is good with big swords and armors and metal, but these little things to make, this is your specialty. You know exactly what to do, and you make these beautiful earplugs. You make earplugs beautiful, which is something kind of odd, but you took your time to make it the more. Of course, I do. The most beautiful earplugs that you can make using the materials you have around you, and it will give you full protection from the harpies chanting. However, yours, Valmir, will only give you advantage on the check.
When Baldur isn't looking, I'll use my one of my other magical tinkerings to just like use an illusion to make them look good at least, even though they're not as useful. So they still look like they're supreme condition, even though I can still sort of hear Baldur bickering in the background when I wear them.
Will Baldur be looking this as he is doing his thing, like petty looking at what he's doing, or he would just be doing his thing?
So,
my God.
Baltors are make immunity?
Yeah.
So
And Baldur, sorry, I think I didn't express myself. So, would Baldur be looking at Valmir's work while he's working, or he would be so focused on his own
Oh
work?
no, I'm creating something gorgeous. So yeah, no, you don't.
Really
I don't
gorgeous,
care
okay.
what
You don't have to make any check then to make that. You don't have to conceive your strategies. All right, so you have your earplugs. Dun-dun-dun. So you have, I guess, 2 pairs of earplugs, either for London for you, which I guess Lando's one, Carnice's one.
they're bigger.
Are quite bigger. They adapt
Like
to
this size.
You're quite bigger. And then you have yours and yours, Valmir. I mean, they look beautiful, but you know the truth that lies underneath. You know they are crumbling. All right, so guys, what do you want to do now? You're still on this.
Head to the harpies. We're gonna go beat up some harpies.
You're going in directly. All right.
Yep. What's the plan? I guess we take care of them, come back here, and
Yeah, you can say that.
Let's take care of them. Let's take care of them. We'll skin them. We'll loot their cave. Then we'll come back here. Let them know it's done. We can go down the mountain, skin the harpies and the periton down there, get everything back down to Delver's Dream, use the new portal to get to Splinter's Point, talk to the mayor of Splinter's Point, then come back here and talk to the Cubs and see how it all works out.
That sounds like a good plan to me. I'm I'm glad I went with my instincts on this one. I think it could have been.
I'm glad to. I really wanted you to have an existential crisis over killing some Cap's parents, but it seems that you were quite nice.
I think it was like I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, Carnus is he's an animal, so that's part of it. But also he's of the peace domain, so he's not above fighting. But he's like, hey, there's an option to maybe resolve this peacefully.
It could have been real cool if we had some dire wolf cubs to raise in Delver's dream for like mounts.
Valtor is. I expect the director like being, oh no, we killed his parents, and I imagine Valtor like, oh nice, now we have pets.
Yay!
We still might.
Oh.
No, I mean we still could maybe have direwolf mounts if we play our cards right.
We kill the harpies, skin them, take a rest, and then we go and kill the direwolves as well. Let's go.
Oh wow! Wow!
No,
you're a monster.
Just blood spree.
Killing spree.
Would attack.
We'll use the elephant skin from Carnus as well. Don't you worry.
Oh my god, road.
Well, if you follow the directions that Hati has given you to getting to the Harpy's lair, is as you're going through the mountains again, you can see that the sun is starting to settle down, and the light starts to, let pass to darkness. And when you get to the...
Wait, hold on. I thought that this was afternoon. I thought that there was still going to be light. If we're in darkness, I'm not going to fight flying creatures in darkness.
Okay.
That's not a thing I'm going to do.
If you've been doing all your earplugs and all that, I guess it takes some time if you want to make it cool. So I expect it to be quite a longer time here. But if you want, you can spend the night before going to travel if you want.
Yeah, I think that would be best. Yeah.
Are you going to spend in the woods or in the middle of the...
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we head back down, talk to the wolves, say we're going to go and, take a rest so that we're fresh to face the harpies, and go back down the mountain, cut up the periton and the harpies, and then bring the meat back for the wolves because they look like they're very hungry. So we can keep the skin and the other pieces that we want. And then we'll bring food back to them.
Dibs on the antlers.
Of course you say that.
The pups might want the antlers.
But I called dibs. I didn't hear they called dibs.
So you go...
they can't speak.
Oh dear.
So you come back to say that to Hati then?
Pardon?
You come back and say that to Hati that you're going to spend the night?
Yes, we've got some things to take care of down the way, down the mountain a bit. We'll be back in, an hour or two.
Wait, I don't think I'm getting what is happening.
So we want to go back down, skin the stuff, grab the meat, come back before nighttime, and then we'll go rest, and then go.
Okay.
If the timing works out and the distance works out, I don't know how far we are away from where we originally fought them.
You're quite far, so it will be nighttime when you get back to the Periton and Harpy's corpses.
Oh.
Well, how about we spend the night with the rest of the party?
Yeah, let's do that.
And then we skin them in the morning.
That sounds good. All right, let's do that. Let's take care of the harpies and the periton. Spend the night and then bring a present back in the morning.
All right. So you go back and you see as your fellows are just vibing in there, kind of looking out. Liliana seems to be having some tea that you don't know how she made it, but she was able to make it.
No.
And the other ones are Arca just writing about this wonderful place. It's just, since it's been a long time, you see a lot of pages talking about the same over and over. And stuff that seems to be kind of tinkering with his crossbow, sorry. And
Okay.
you go to set camp. Yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
All
Set up our
right.
tents.
Yeah. I'd like to do the skinning, if we can, this session.
Sure. Do you want to do it on the morning, or you're gonna do it?
Let's do it
now?
when we have lights.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you spend the night.
Yep.
So we'll do a
I get
long
my
rest.
spell slots back.
I assume that since you haven't told me, there's no guards nor alarm spells to set it down.
Well, I'll set the alarm spell around our tents at least.
Okay.
Yeah. I will.
I'll accept it.
Well, and we have three essentially NPCs.
Well, they're going to sleep. They're going to be controlled by you in the sense of you give them the orders.
Okay.
Sif,
I'm going
stay
to
up the entire
make those
night.
three.
Keep
Yeah.
watch.
He's going to be the
Well,
guard.
I get
I'm going to
exhausted. I
cast.
don't care.
Last time I say
If you're-
anything. Next time you have to remember.
If you are, if you're going to cast alarm, then I am going to cast snare on either side of the bridge.
Snare, what does that do? As you cast this spell, use a rope to create a circle around the floor. You think magic job, yeah. Okay, so basically a trap.
Yeah, it's just a trap.
No specific time that it remains there, so I guess it's for a long time. All right, so you have your alarm, set it down. Are you going to do any type of guarding of guards, or you just with the alarm and the snare still is enough?
Yeah, the
three missing people
the other
can keep
three.
guard.
Yeah,
Okay, the other three people
they'll all
is going to guard. Let me make some checks then. One for each guard of them, and let me see. Do I have their? I don't have their. Well, I will do a check, and I think that more or less I know what their perception was. Okay. All right. So, as you've had alone 4 hours of sleep, when Valmir, you can hear in your head like alarm is something wakes you up. Is your alarm?
Shit, I immediately just like shout, "Everyone up! Alarm's broken!"
and I will get up immediately.
I'm getting my
Same.
warhammer ready.
Do any of you
Yep,
have
I'm
any dark
preparing for
vision?
battle.
What?
Do you
What?
have any dark vision or some light source?
We have dark vision. Do you have carnage?
No.
Yeah, so we
Alright.
can see in the dark.
You wake up and you see that a scouting or like looking through Arca's stuff, there's a little creature that looks at you fast and make me a nature check, I would say it is. Yeah.
Well, Balmir knows what it is.
Let me take a look.
I'm
Yep.
the smart
Yeah.
one.
Valmir, you know that is indeed a kobold.
Ooh.
Looking at you, surprised,
Oh.
and you see as she has like a backpack type of thingy. Looks at you and I see that you don't see much of it, Carnage, but you can make a perception check if you want to smell it, and maybe you can sense something about it. Well, you smell.
If it's
You
not,
never smell. I mean, the smell of kobold. I don't know exactly how a kobold smells, so you don't. know exactly what it is, but you sense a smell that is not the ones from the tent. So you know there's someone in here, and it seems to be quite small.
It smells small.
It smells small. Well, but you can. Well, you don't know if it's small then. You happy now?
Did the kobold
Sorry.
kobold have to cross the bridge?
They didn't have to, apparently, because your snares didn't activate.
Okay.
I just shout out like, "Hey, you!"
As you see, as he has a little. Let me see some of the stuff that Arca might have.
Like a notebook or something.
Yeah, he has like a book and an ink pen, and looks at you and just
Stop right there.
Just you see him just going out running.
I'll try to like herd him towards the bridge so that if he wants to get past, he's gonna have to take the bridge way.
All right, as you go following him running, you see as he's going to the bridge and then makes a no need for doing that. Makes a quick turn and just puts the book in the backpack and just jumps off the cliff. And do you want to take a look into the cliffside?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just running over.
Yeah.
What's happening?
By Tempest, he just ran straight off the cliff.
Who?
A little kobold.
The little bugger tried to commit suicide. It was terrible to watch.
And while Valtteri is saying that, Valmir, you take a look at the cliffside and you see as this delta wind type of thing on top of the kobold and just going through the mountains. You know a delta wing? You know this triangle shaped.
A parasail? Hang glider? Yeah.
Yeah, like a hang glider.
Yeah, do you know the one that are triangular shaped? Yeah.
All right. Well then.
Smart bugger.
That's ingenious.
I really don't know what to do about this. The bitches.
Well, I think we have a lot on our plate right now. I think we can certainly include this in things that we have to get done, but I think we stick to the plan first.
Right. I'll just add kobold hunting to the list.
Yes. We need to go and see what's going on with the kobolds. I mean, I find it interesting that they were taking a book instead of something shiny, but all right.
Make an intelligence check.
I think you might have just been. I think he might have just taken the first thing he saw.
And yep, you're completely right, Palmir. And your battle can sense that they normally go for something shiny, something that can be useful, but you wake up because of the alarm, so he didn't have enough time to get to anything and just grab the first thing and okay, I'm leaving.
All right.
You're keeping watch during this.
Are you missing your journal?
Right. Arca was totally keeping watch. Fell asleep.
Yes, mouse hunting. And just gave
Oh my god.
Who was keeping watch?
So we didn't lose anything valuable.
No.
No, not really. Just a book and a pen.
But it looks like we've got several kinds of neighbors up here. Good lord. We might need to build a little outpost up here. Maybe we should talk to Baltor, or maybe we should talk to Corton about that. Creating a little space out here. All right, let's finish getting sleep. Nothing valuable was stolen. I'd like to take care of the harpies and the paraton in the morning and see what we can do for the wolves.
One thing at a time. All right, so you go back to sleep, and it seems that the night has no more, intruders coming around. And
Oh, good.
you wake up, and it seems like Sheriff is quite distressed because he couldn't do anything about the goblin. He didn't see him. It was quite sneaky. But otherwise, it's fine.
I just smack him on top of the head. Get better watch next time.
And just goes around because I don't want to play him too much. Leaves.
Hey, Sheriff, what was your backstory again?
After normal.
What was
my
your
God.
Sheriff? What's your deepest, darkest secrets?
Oh no.
I know Sheriff character. I know he would tell me.
Right.
So come on, Guillermo. No.
Like, tell me,
I also know
tell
that
me you're fired.
Like, is that an asteroid approaching? Oh wow! How convenient!
Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right, guys. So no asteroids, no deep dark secrets.
No.
So, want to take a look at those corpses? I don't know if corpses sounds too
Yes.
lame. Maybe.
Yeah, no, they're corpses.
Dude.
So we'll do our typical, guidance, and I will help Balmir doing his thing there.
So intelligence and proficiency.
No, it's what is it? Medicine or nature?
You have to do survival for making to building everything, and you can use medicine also. One of both.
That's right, because
can I use nature?
Carnus.
You can know
Carnus
what
can use
your
Yeah,
medicine.
I can help with the medicine.
Carnus can use medicine to identify the parts that we can use, and then you can do survival or nature to actually cut the thing up.
And you know what? And you battle can do nature check to know exactly what each part can be used for.
Yeah, those will do a 12.
We all have something to do.
All right.
19.
So Balmir. Oh, there we go. And don't forget, Balmir, you get advantage because I'm helping.
Right.
Valmir, though, nature is for knowing which parts are you getting and what they're used for. But if you want to build them, let's say, and you want the parts itself, you need survival.
Alright, so on the nature check, I might not be able to get help, right? Because it's like a.
Yeah,
Well,
really.
I know something. I'm a hunter too, so I would be able to help him identify some of the parts, wouldn't I?
I would argue that you would make a separate skill check.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right. So we'll do
It's more
nature and.
I think that makes more sense for like the mental stuff.
Yeah.
And
so with the notes that you
D4,
will
right?
have, you know almost everything. Yeah.
Is it a D4?
We may see
For guidance,
It's a-
yeah.
Guidance?
for guidance, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Sure,
So I got a
working
20
fine.
on nature. All right.
Nice. So 22 and 20 on nature, you will know every part that what they're used for. With a medicine plus your nature, you know what you have to cut also. And now, if you make me a survival Valmir with advantage with the help of your friends, you can actually get the stuff.
Do we get some sort of bonus to that since we found so much information from the previous checks?
Yeah, advantage. What do you want from me?
Because we would get advantage anyway because I'm helping.
Yeah, but I mean, the LD5 is not that stackable. I cannot give you super advantage.
No, it's fine.
Is the
It's
DC lower at least?
Super advantage.
I will consider.
It's just okay.
Oh fuck!
Make guidance too. Okay, 11. Since
All
you know
right,
a lot,
and
I will
just
make-
FYI, Guillermo, I've got all the stuff up from the harvest stuff. So if you want to know what's going on,
yeah, I got it here. Don't worry.
Okay, good. All right.
Valmir, do you know that you could take both horns of the Periton, the heart, the wings, I don't know what's that. Okay, that's for the heart. Okay, wings, horns, and a heart for the Periton, and for the harpies you can take the feathers, the vocal cords, and eggs if they had, but you don't see any of them having eggs. So, with what you got, you're able to get both horns of the periton. You're able to get the wings of the periton, even though one of them is broken, so you might need to repair it if you want to do something with the whole wing. And you get both things from the harpy, both the feathers and the vocal cords. However, you're not able to get the heart, since when you were going deep, you damaged the heart when you were going in.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, bastard.
You might need to have more predators if you want a heart. With a heart you could make with your nature check.
Keep the light steady, Baltor. Come on, Baltor.
I mean,
Well,
you
you're
know
a
that
super
hearts are pretty
bastard.
valuable because even though it can be confirmed that the heart has some dark magical energy in it of the peritons. But you will never know, I guess.
Got the
All
antlers
right.
at least.
We did. They're going to be very pretty.
So that's what you got.
Okay, cool. And then we got, I'm assuming, a whole bunch of meat. So hold on. Let me get
Yeah, of course the meat.
these things. All right, so...
Which you know it's not valuable in market or anything else. It's just meat.
It's valuable to wolves.
It certainly
All right, so
is.
what are the things? So there
What about
was
hide,
2 things from the
like
harpy
the leather?
and 2 things from the...
Okay, one by one. Balton?
Shit. Sorry, my D&D Beyond just randomly punked out on me.
We got the
don't know
antlers
why.
and the wings, and we got feathers and the vocal cords.
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. What is going on? It's
While Valtteri is solving
something.
the
Yeah, I have it written down, so we're good for the moment.
Okay.
Okay, and then yeah. So what about the hides?
The
what?
Hide, like
The
the
hide.
leather.
The leather
Is
and
that
like
used for
the
anything?
head. I'm sure we can take the heads and mount them on a wall, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You can you can take them. I mean, you've got the Britain hornless, but you have the
Do we get any hide that we can use for armor?
Do birds have hides?
Yeah, not really, because it's
Yeah,
feathers
they got
and
skin.
Well, yeah, but
Well,
it's
like
only
the parrot and whatever it's called.
Oh, that has a hide?
Britain are quite weird. So let me take a
Because
look.
they're like
here.
deer birds, right?
Well, no. So you can
but I think
make
they're covered in
leather.
feathers. Yeah, they're covered
So
in
you
feathers.
can. So
Depends on the artwork. This one has all feathers.
So any bird can be turned into leather. It's just very thin leather. So it's not like it would be magical. It's just, but you can, if they're medium creatures, then you could take it back and you could definitely create like a harpy skin. You know, with 3 of them, you could probably put together like one suit of like harpy skin leather. You know, that wouldn't have any special properties, but it would probably be expensive because it's a very rare type of leather. You know, it would also be very light. So you might actually get like, you know, disadvantage on, you know, something with it.
Harpies are also
yes, you
very
can always...
ugly.
I mean,
yes.
Yeah, you can get the leather of most of the harpies except 2 because you didn't have the best survival. So you got leather from 2 of them. And the periton. Which is, well, not the best leather, but more than nothing. Not for sure.
We can use it for something other than like armor, at least.
Yeah, sure. For armor, it's useless.
You can make gloves or something like that.
Something fancy.
For boots. Harpy skin boots.
Yeah. I don't think I like that.
That's
All
That's
right.
creepy.
So
All right. So
All right.
what are we doing, guys?
Going back to the wolves, right?
yeah, with some meat.
yep.
Okay. So you come back to the wolves. Let me change the scenery. You go through here, say hey, hi. They are in the layer, so plop. You get into the layer, and you see us. Yeah. Hattie seems to be transformed into wolf. You can see that it is them because the marking on the jaw.
Should we? I was thinking the rest of the party. Maybe we could send them after the kobold. You see what's happening there?
No, yeah.
You don't want them to have some homework? Okay, so next session I will tell you if they know something about it. They will be investigating.
We brought you some meat from some of the harpies we took care of the other day. If you're interested.
Looks at you and just says yes with the head. I don't know what's the expression in English for saying that. Not?
Nod, yeah.
Nods. Yeah.
No,
And after that, for a second, goes outside the cavern, and you see as it starts howling.
It cut out a little bit.
Yeah, a tiny. We heard a tiny bit.
Sorry, I don't know how to solve that. A little
It's all
bit
good.
with less volume, maybe something like that.
I think when you're talking, we can hear it.
Well then, you
It's like it's only being picked up when your mic is
Yeah,
being used.
because I think it's counting as background noise.
yeah, probably. Well, Hattie howled.
Yep. Perfect.
And after that, just goes in and just nods at you again, and just
And we'll
starts to
lay it out.
eat the meat with their family.
Okay, and sorry, one. So we've got the Periton antlers, the harpy
Antlers.
feathers, 3 bags of harpy feathers. Three. What? 3 harpy vocal cords, and what was the last thing from the Periton?
Wings.
One of them is
Periton.
broken. The bone is broken.
All right, can I repair that with the repair spell or the mending spell?
I mean, I think so. I don't think there's anything against it.
It's not a living thing, it's just an object now.
Yeah, I mean, since it's dead, it's technically an object.
I would say I was thinking about it,
Yeah.
and I think you should be able to. Yeah.
See,
An
if
object.
someone breaks their
Alright,
arm
great.
or something, we just kill them, use the mending spell on the arm, and revive them, and their arm is fixed.
Perfect.
Oh my
That's
god,
how you fix
great.
broken arms these
Great.
days.
I like it. I like it.
So yeah, you repair it, yeah, and it
Perfect.
seems to be
All right, cool.
quite stable.
Alright,
I've got all of it written down, so we're
let's
good.
go get the harpies. The rest of them.
All right, let's go back.
Right.
Pam.
And I know, Anton, you sent a message that you don't have a lot of time. How long do you have?
That was Guillermo. I'm God.
Yeah,
I
that
know.
was me. Yeah, that was me.
How long
Oh,
do you have?
Guillermo, I'm so sorry.
It's because he has Anton in his name.
True.
I'm like,
That's true. Yeah.
How long do you have?
All right, we're getting to the harpy slayer, and I should give up there because I have to order the food and all
Well,
that.
in that case, we could just say that the rest of the party is coming with us, and they can be with us when we fight the harpies next time.
Well, considering we don't know how next week is going to go, let's say that they're researching, and then at the moment we will see if they come back to you or not.
Sure.
We'll see next week which future is the true one.
So you go back to the path that Hattie showed you, and you finally get to the place that you are pretty sure that Lair should be, and you see this high mountain that you've been going up for a while, and now as you peek a little bit to the fall, you can see that in one of the walls, you can see this entrance to what you assume is the nest. Which next week we will see what there's in the nest of the harpies. Dun dun dun.
There
Yay!
you go. Literally.
Thank you guys for coming along, the ones that stay here, and if anyone sees us in YouTube, thank you very much for seeing us.
Sweet.
And it was a pleasure. I hope that you enjoyed the campaign, and we'll see you guys next week. See ya.
Take
They'll
care.
stream on
Awesome.
Wednesday.
Yep.
Woo.
Bye.
Bye.